AIS Play รวมความบันเทิงคุณภาพเปิดความสนุกทุกที่ทุกเวลา
ส่งต่อความมั่นใจสู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ
Chinese Taipei coming in here with a +1 run differential. That thanks to its 2-1 win over Korea on day one of the group stage. That win carrying over into the Super Round standings. And Japan -4 currently. That the 5-1 defeat against Korea. So if Japan wins by 1 or 2 runs, they will be tied at 2-1, but they'll have the worst run differential of the 3 teams. If they win by 3 runs or more, they will be through to the gold medal game against Korea. So very unusual potential situation here. We could have a situation late in this game where Chinese Taipei trailing by 1 or 2 runs, but trying to hang on to their place in the gold medal game, not looking to force a win. And conversely, Japan needing to get that 3-run lead. Could see some weird stuff going on tonight. As Japan, the visiting team, batting first here in this game, they will be alongside the first base dugout, their fans on the first base side of the field, and the Chinese Taipei fans making a load of noise above the third base dugouts, and their team just coming out onto the field for their pregame introductions. Japanese manager is Akio Ishii, the Chinese Taipei manager Shu Shun-yi. There is the Chinese Taipei skipper. The rest of the reserves coming onto the field here to be introduced. And this is the raucous Taiwanese crowd we saw in the first game for Chinese Taipei in Jakarta. That was the 2-1 win over the Koreans, in which both teams' fans were going back and forth, trying to outduel each other as well as supporting their teams. As you see, our umpiring crew here tonight, a pair of Koreans involved. The home plate umpire Park Hee-young, first base umpire Yang Jae-man, and the Sri Lankan Sujiwa Siragampalagi at second base, and the Hong Kong umpire Chung Swee-man at third base. The men in blue could be busy officiating this game between these 2 East Asian baseball powerhouses. Chinese Taipei, the 3rd best team in Asia by the World Baseball Softball Confederation rankings. Japan, the best team in Asia, but potentially worse than Korea on paper, given the squads that all of these countries have brought to Jakarta for this tournament. Time for both national anthems. First that of Japan, and then the Olympic anthem of Chinese Taipei. Both teams ready, both sets of fans ready for this de facto semifinal with a twist in this baseball event at the 2018 Asian Games, this 7th official baseball tournament contested. Chinese Taipei and Japan have medaled in every Asian Games tournament thus far. Both countries with a single gold medal and splitting silvers and bronzes between them. As you see the Japanese batting order, the Samurai of Japan will send up Koji Chikamoto, Shoji Kitamura, and Momotaro Matsumoto, their first three batters here tonight. Cleanup hitter Kohei Sasagawa, Tsuyoshi Tamura, the first baseman batting fifth, Takahiro Tsujino, right field batting sixth, and then Morishita, Kinami, and Oyagi, the last three hitters in the Japanese order to face Lin Hua Cheng, one of the professional players in this Chinese Taipei squad. Four of their pitchers and two of their positional players play in the Chinese Professional Baseball League, the 14 professional league in Chinese Taipei. Lin pitches for the Lamigo Monkeys in the CPBL. That's the team currently leading the standings in the Taiwanese league. Not great numbers though for Lamigo. He's started 11 games, 3-5 record with a 5.64 ERA and 14 home runs allowed. But against this group of amateurs, talented amateurs though they may be for Japan, we'll have to wait and see how Lin can fare. He's only pitched one inning in this tournament thus far. That was against Indonesia in the win for Chinese Taipei to close out their activity in Group B. 15-0 it was on Tuesday evening. Briefly saw his stats there. He gave up one hit, struck out two. Not really much predictive value in those numbers for this game here tonight. And he will face Chikamoto, Kitamura, and Matsumoto to start things off before those adoring fans of this Chinese Taipei baseball team. Japan second in the Asian Games medal table coming into today's action. 59 golds, 174 medals overall. Chinese Taipei seventh, 14 golds and 55 overall medals. And a place in the gold medal game on the line. Again, we will say it a lot tonight, but just to remind you, Japan must win this game by 3 runs or they will play China for bronze tomorrow. Otherwise, Japan a big win and they get to face Korea in a gold medal game rematch. This super round format, it could have gone differently. There could have been no drama in this game here tonight, but certainly it figures to be an intriguing contest. And much depends on how Japan starts this game offensively against Lin Hua Cheng. Crowd just settling in. The 8 warm-up pitches permitted for Lin on the mound being completed, as you see Akio Ishii, Japanese manager. A lot of experience for Ishii as a player. He was an outfielder with the Chunichi Dragons in the top Japanese league between 1978 and 1987. But not much he can do physically. He's prepared his team. He will pull some tactical levers here tonight. But otherwise, it's up to the players as the left-hand hitting Koji Chikamoto. First pitch, taking outside corner, curveball in there for strike one. And this pitch popped up on the infield. Third baseman Shen Wei-Chi wants it and gets it for the first out of this game. Chikamoto retired quickly. That brings up Shoji Kitamura, who's had an excellent Asian Games tournament. He's 6 for 9 with 3 walks. 2 for 4 against Korea yesterday and scored Japan's only run. And Lin Hua-Cheng pitching from the windup and gets a knee-high strike. to Kitamura. Five walks, not 3 walks for Kitamura. He had 3 against Pakistan alone. But falls behind 0-2 here to Lin. Two pitch now, that's low, ball 1. Kitamura, one of only 6 Japanese players in this squad with meaningful international experience before this competition. He played for Japan in the Asian Championships last year, where Japan defeated Chinese Taipei in the final. 1-2 pitch, that's fought off foul. Lin Huaqing, very deliberate on the mound, waits for the right moment. And now the 1-2 pitch. Curveball low, ball 2. According to the competition rules, pitchers are supposed to be allowed 12 seconds to come to the plate with each pitch with no runners on base. 2-2 pitch, curveball missing inside, count goes full to Kitamura. Not a consistent noise from this Taiwanese crowd. They ebb and flow, and they're waiting the result of the 3-2 pitch. And it's grounded back up the box to the pitcher. Lin easy toss to first, and Xiang Chen-ming. And a raucous reception greeting that second Japanese out to start the top of the first. Lin very square on to home plate after completing his follow-through. Makes fielding your position that much easier. And that brings up the left-hand hitting designated hitter for Japan, Momotaro Matsumoto. 2 home runs for him in this Asian Games tournament, and that's pulled sharply foul. A loud foul ball strike for Matsumoto. 4 for 12, 2 homers, a triple and a double. So all 4 of his hits, extra base hits here in Jakarta. And the 0-1 pitch, curveball, just missing outside. Count even 1-1. Both of Matsumoto's home runs, solo shots against China in their second game in Group A. 1-1, catches the inside corner for strike 2. That pitch backed Matsumoto away from the plate, but just snuck in there over the corner. Matsumoto 0 for 4 yesterday against Korea with a strikeout. The 1-2 pitch fought off foul off the end of the bat. It's hard to look down Japan's record in international tournaments and extrapolate to what you might have expected from Japan here in Jakarta. The talent pools can be very different from one competition to the next. The 1-2 pitch popped up. Looking up is the catcher, Huang Chiawei, but that's out of play. Count stays 1-2. I mentioned that Japan won the Asian Championships last year. 2015, they finished 3rd in both the WSBC Premier 12 event, which will be used next year as a qualifier for the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020. Another foul ball from Matsumoto, staying alive in this at-bat. Japan third in the Asian Championships 3 years ago. Lost to both the Koreans and the Taiwanese in what was exclusively a round-robin competition. Lin again with a 1-2 pitch. Curveball just nubbed foul off the end of the bat again from Matsumoto. Lin being made to work in this first inning. 14 pitches already to the last two Japanese batters after Chikamoto's quick pop-up to the third baseman Chen Wei-chi. And again the 1-2 pitch. Fastball high, count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. Lin again ready. 2-2 pitch. Low and inside, full count now. Matsumoto has yet to record a walk in this Asian Games competition. Did not get any at-bats against Thailand in the final game for Japan in the group stage. 3-2 pitch sails outside, so Matsumoto does draw a base on balls. So Japan their first runner on with 2 out in the first, and that brings up Kohei Sasagawa, the left fielder for the Samurai Warriors. Sasagawa also part of Japan's team in Taiwan last year at the Asian Championships. First pitch to the right-handed batter is popped up out of play. Sasagawa 5 for 12 with 2 home runs here in Jakarta this week. Those came against the weaker teams, Pakistan and Thailand in Group A. Had a sacrifice fly against Korea yesterday to score Japan's only run. One of 7 RBIs he's had in this tournament. Lin from the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Low for ball 1. Sasagawa previously played for Japan at the Under-21 World Cup in Taiwan in 2014 when Japan won silver. Against China, he was 1 for 1 with 3 walks. As again, pickoff throw to first. Matsumoto diving back to safety. '22nd pitch of this first inning coming up, and that is hit deep to center field, but now coming in is Lin Chia-yu to make the play for the 3rd out of this first inning. Sharply hit ball by Sasagawa, but it dove into the glove of Lin. Japan strands 1 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom half. Japan no score. Chinese Taipei coming to the plate. And there's the Taiwanese batting order for this game tonight. It has a very familiar ring to it. Tai Juliang, left fielder, leading off. Lin Han, designated hitter, second. Chang, the first baseman, batting third. Lin Chia-yu, cleanup hitter, center fielder for Chinese Taipei. Chan Su-shen, right fielder, batting fifth. Chen Wei-chi, sixth. Wang, seventh. Zhang Po-ting, eighth. Lin Shenfei ninth. It's been pretty much that lineup throughout the tournament for Chinese Taipei. And tonight, with a spot in the gold medal game on the line, they face Yuichiro Okano for Japan. He started Japan's opening group game against Pakistan, pitched 4 innings, 2 hits allowed, no runs, 4 strikeouts, no walks. So this would be his normal turn in the rotation, if you want to look at it that way. So that is 4 days of rest. That's pretty typical for starting pitchers in baseball. After a relatively short outing against Pakistan, his arm should be well refreshed for this do-or-die game for Japan. Okano, the right-hander, taking his opening warm-up pitches with Ryo Kinami, the Japanese catcher, his battery mate here tonight. Infielders around the horn, Morishita, Aoyagi, Kitamura, and Tamura from third to first. And Sasagawa in left, Chikamoto in center, and Tsujino in right. And first up, Tai Ju Liang for Chinese Taipei. 6 for 13 this week is Tai. Scored a run yesterday against China, went 1 for 4 with a stolen base and a strikeout. 0 for 4 with 2 Ks against the Koreans. So he has struggled against the better teams in this competition, 5 for 5 against Hong Kong and Indonesia collectively. And the first pitch right down the pipe for strike 1 from Okano. Second pitch fouled off. Long run over for Tsujino in right, but that was well out of his reach and out of the field of play. The consolation round games have all finished now, so we know who has finished 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th here in Jakarta this week. As the 0-2 pitch, high and away for ball 1. Really exciting game for 7th place. Indonesia leading 10-0 after 3 innings against Thailand. It finished 12-11 to Indonesia. As check swing and following through is Tai for strike 3. So nice start for Okano to the bottom of the first inning. That brings up Lin Han. Look at the dip on that pitch. Tai knew halfway through that swing that it was a fool's errand, but he couldn't stop himself. And 1 away for Chinese Taipei. Nice slider maybe from Okano to Lin for strike 1. And then grounds 1 foul for strike 2. So Indonesia finishes 7th, Thailand bottom of the table in 8th. Indonesia will be delighted to get their first ever Asian Games win in baseball. And earlier today, very early this morning, in fact, Pakistan defeating Hong Kong on the mercy rule 12-2 after 7 innings. So Pakistan will finish 5th and Hong Kong 6th. That's still the best ever result for Hong Kong. And Pakistan, that's their 3rd, 5th place finish in 3 attempts. And swinging at strike 3, well out of the zone, Lin. Okano throwing nothing but strikes. And 2 straight swinging strikeouts to open the game for him. It's going to be a long night for the Taiwanese hitters if they keep chasing those wickedly breaking balls out of the strike zone. As Chang Chen-Ming up. And that looping curve in for strike 1. 9 pitches, 9 strikes from Okano. 10 for 10, that ball down the right field line, but just slicing foul. Long run for Tsujino, he couldn't get there. Our commentary position looking directly down that right field foul line. Could see it was just twisting away. and landing that far outside the field of play. Had a chance to walk around the foul territory grass. It's really baked out. It's almost like a cricket wicket. A lot of cracks opening up, not a lot of grass there. There's a little bit more grass, I think, in the infield and outfield. It's the 0-2 pitch. Strike three. Yuichiro Okano striking out the side. 1-2-3 for Chinese Taipei, up and down in the bottom of the first. Perfect start for Okano. No score after one, Japan and Chinese Taipei. Perfectly pleasant, if somewhat muggy evening here in Jakarta, just adjacent to the Sudirman Central Business District. GBK building, right next to the GBK Sporting Center, where much, if not all, of the Asian Games competition taking place over this fortnight of intense sporting action. I think I've been to 11 different sports, not including the baseball and softball tournaments I've commentated upon. As Tsuyoshi Tamura takes ball one from Lin Hua-ching, and now strike one over the outside corner. That counts my trip to the athletics. I have to say the disappointment of the athletics competition was quite significant for me. There's not a lot happening. Not a huge crowd in the massive National Stadium that you can see beyond the center field wall here at the baseball stadium. As Tamura swinging through strike two from Lin. Tamura 3 for 7 in this tournament. All three of those hits home runs. One against China, 2 against Thailand. Now the 1-2 pitch, that is hit to left field, but not as hard as it looked at first. In front of the warning track, Tai Ju Lang making the catch. And Tamura done to start the top half of the second. I need some noise-canceling earphones just up the third base side of the field from those really noisy Chinese Taipei fans. They were on the first base side when the Taiwanese played Korea on opening night of this baseball tournament, at least as far as the round robin stage, the group stage, was concerned. There was the preliminary tournament involving Laos, Thailand, and Sri Lanka, while the softball competition was still going on, as Takahiro Tsujino had 1-0 in the count. And that curveball drops in for strike one from Lin. Tsujino 5 for 11 in this Asian Games event. A triple, a couple of doubles for him. And that pitch fouled back just off the mask, I think, of Palang Chi-Wei, that man right there. Sujino came on as a pinch hitter yesterday against Korea, having started all 3 group stage games. Back in the starting lineup here tonight. Behind in the count, 1-2, the pitch. Back up the box, base hit. First hit of the game for either team here. And it was a sharp comebacker that Lin couldn't handle. And no wonder. Not enough dip on that pitch from Lin. Got his glove arm out, fairly close to the ball, but just beat him for pace. And that brings up Shohei Morishita with 1 on, 1 out in the top of the second. Morishita had a grand slam home run against the Chinese on day 2 of Group A action. Also a 3-run triple. As Sujino diving back into first base. Slow throw over from Lin. Big lead still for Sujino at first. And first pitch swinging and just foul tipping into the glove of Hwang is Morishita. That game against China, 2 for 3, grand slam, 3-run triple, grounded into a double play. A little bit of everything for Morishita, who is otherwise 1 for 5 in the tournament. Didn't do so well against Pakistan or Thailand, and the runner does go. Throw down to second base into center field, and over to third goes to Gino. And it'll have to go down as a throwing error on the catcher, who has his arms outstretched. Very slow going over to second base, covering the bag there. Watch for the fielder, the second baseman, Xiao Poting. I wonder if he and Lin Chenfei, the shortstop, weren't sure of their coverage assignments there. But if somebody had gotten to the base there in time, that should have been an easy throw to catch, if not to get Sujino out at second on the stolen base attempt. One count, runner at third base, only 1 out. So Chinese Taipei infield in, which is curious. As curveball didn't curve, so it's now 2-1 on Morishita. Curious because remember, Chinese Taipei effectively has a 3-run lead coming into this game. Or a 2.5-run lead. If Japan wins by 3, they go through. Anything less than that, Chinese Taipei will be playing for gold tomorrow against the Korean Republic. 2-1 pitch. That is stroked into left center field and deep. That's going to go into the gap off the wall. Stopping at second with the RBI double is Morishita in to score Sujino. Japan in front, 1-0 over Chinese Taipei. And very quickly out to the mound comes Xu Shun-yi for Chinese Taipei. As you see that rocket hitting off the base of the wall from Morishita. Action very much underway in the Chinese Taipei bullpen. Right now, looks like Xu Shun-yi is just talking things over with the pitcher Lin. And Lin will stay in to face Ryo Kanami, the Japanese catcher. That will definitely be an earned run allowed by Lin, regardless of what happens in the rest of this inning. Despite the throwing error by the catcher Hwang, as Kanami, the Number 8 hitter for Japan takes ball 1 well inside. Kanami 3 for 9 with a pair of doubles in this tournament thus far. All those hits coming against Pakistan. 0 for 3 yesterday against the Koreans. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside corner at the knees for strike 1. So left-handed hurler warming up for Chinese Taipei. Morishita off second. 1-1 pitch. That is skied to shallow left, rushing on his Taiju Lang, and he will make the grab for the second out. And it's to the bottom of the Japanese order we go, and the shortstop for the Samurai, Sho Aoyagi. Maybe batting ninth in this tournament, but he has had a heck of an Asian Games thus far. 7 for 8 at the plate with a pair of walks and 3 stolen bases. And the potential second run for Japan at second with 2 down. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Not often you'll see a batting average of .875, no matter how small the sample size. I'd note that the home plate umpire, Park Hee-young, seems to be allowing that inside strike, giving the pitchers the corners. That ball blooped into center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. And the second run does score. Morishita comes around. And Aoyagi is having one heck of an Asian Games tournament. Now 8 for 9, and his second RBI of these games. Morishita scores. It's 2-0 for Japan, and they are now 1 run away in run differential from being in the box seat for that spot in the gold medal game that's on the line here tonight. Not a solidly struck ball by Aoyagi. As you see now, 2 hurlers up for Chinese Taipei. I think it's Wang Tsung-hao and Lin Yu-shang. As we go back to Chikamoto atop the Japanese batting order. Pickoff throw to first and back easily Aoyagi. Remember, we said that Aoyagi with 3 stolen bases here in Jakarta this week. Big lead, he's staying put, and his first pitch missing outside. Ball 1 to Koji Chikamoto. Popped up, second pitch of his at bat to Lin, finding the glove of the third baseman Chen Wei-chi back in the first, and here he skies one short and foul. Long chase over for first baseman Chiang Chen-ming, but that off the aluminum roof of the stadium here, and count goes even 1-1. Makes the catch off the roof. Not sure if Chang was trying to buy the third out of the inning there. One pitch now to Chikamoto. That's not as far inside as Chikamoto made it look, but it missed the strike zone all the same. One of my colleagues arriving with a packet of Oreo cookies to the commentary position as the 2-1 fouled out of play. Count 2-2. We've had interesting sources of nourishment in commentary throughout this Asian Games fortnight. term nourishment very loosely there. Deuces wild in the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. To the top hitting number 1 Chikamoto. He grounds that ball foul, so we'll do it again in just a moment. See how Chikamoto likes to crowd the plate. Elbows almost in the strike zone. Is that tossed back to first? Now Yagi doesn't appear as though he's going anywhere here, although 2-2 could be a likely pitch for him to dash for second base. There he goes, and the pitch fouled away. Out toward one of the shuttle bus stops around the ring of the GBK facilities here. We are in the southwestern corner of the GBK complex, about as far away from the press center, the International Broadcast Center, that you can get, which is where we sometimes hang out. 2-2 pitch, runner not going, and Chikamoto taking ball 3. So now Yagi will definitely be heading for second here with full count and 2 outs. Lin Hua-ching looking the runner back. There he goes. 3-2 pitch is popped up, but again, over the roof and far away. Got to get my mitts on one of those Asian game baseballs. The Brett 100 ball being used as the official competition ball of this Asian Games tournament. All stamped with the Asian Games logo. There's a 3-2 again. Is again fouled back, this time into the screen. "48 pitches now for Lin Hua-ching. These Japanese batters know how to battle. Lin again from the stretch. Comes set. 3-2 pitch. That is skied. Shallow left field. Over goes Taiju Liang, and he makes the catch for the third out. Japan opens the scoring. They lead 2-0 and are within 1 run of the margin they need to advance to the gold medal game. Plenty of twists and turns in this tale to come. Going to the bottom of the second. Yuichiro Okano struck out the side in order in the first inning for Chinese Taipei. And he did it on only 11 pitches. Now he faces the middle of the Taiwanese batting order, starting with the Chinese Taipei captain, Lin Chiyu. First pitch swinging. Strike one. Okano, nothing but strikes in this game thus far. You see Lin 4 for 10 in the competition. And finally missing the zone, Okano, count 1-1. Lin's biggest hit, his first, 2-run home run, and provided the winning margin of victory against Korea. As Okano working quickly from the stretch, he's now behind in the count 2-1. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle, weakly to Aoyagi, throw to first. In time to get Lin out. Starting the home half of the second. But a Taiwanese hitter makes contact at least. Hitting the ball into play, and that's a start. And now one of the two professional hitters in this Taiwanese batting order. It's the number 5 hitter, Chan Tzu-Shen. Curveball in there for strike one from Okano. Chan 4 for 13 with a double and 4 RBIs thus far. Curveball well outside and low as well. Chan 1 for 3 yesterday against the Chinese and takes strike two. His best game, 3 for 5 with all 4 of those RBIs against Indonesia. 1-2 pitch, that's skied foul down the right field line through the 2 floodlight pylons and out of play. I would not be driving a car down that road to the right side of this stadium during the baseball event at these Asian Games. Someone's going to get a windshield broken. 1-2 pitch up the middle. That'll be a base hit for Chinese Taipei. Going back up the middle on the 1-2 count, Chan Tzu-Shen. So he's now got a 3-game hitting streak. As that curveball stayed up in the zone. Not far away from Okano, but good enough to find the middle of the infield and through to center fielder Shikamoto for Japan, as that brings up Chen Wei-Chi with 1 on, 1 out. Japan's 2-run second started with a 1-out single from Takehiro Tsujino. And that curveball drops in there for strike one to Chen. Chen 3 for 8. Single, a double, and a triple thus far. 0 for 2 last game against China with a strikeout, also a sacrifice bunt. Okano glancing to first. Now the pitch, that is hit to left center field. Deep it goes, and that ball will bounce into the wall. Picked up by Sasagawa. Runner held at third base as the relay collected by Aoyagi. So Chen Wei-Chi putting a charge into a baseball here. If that had been with 2 out, I suspect Chan Tzu-Shen would have scored. But he had to wait to see if Sasagawa might catch up with that ball in left center field. And eventually putting the brakes on. But 2 runners in scoring position for the Taiwanese, with Huang Chiawei, the Chinese Taipei catcher, at the plate. Real manic energy in the Taiwanese crowd to my left here. Just needed something to get him going here tonight. Huang 3 for 8 also in this Asian Games event thus far. First pitch curveball just missing outside. Huang took the caller yesterday against China, but a lot of hitters did for both teams in that 1-0 pitchers duel. Pitch back up the middle, fielded by the pitcher and able to look the runner back to third. That was not a sharply hit ball. Okano's job just that little bit easier. Able to throw to first, get the second out, and freeze both runners at second and third. So a big out there for Japan, and it's up to Xiao Po-ting, the Taiwanese second baseman. If Chinese Taipei is going to get on the board like Japan did here in the second inning. Left-hand hitter facing the right-handed pitcher Okano. Fastball just outside, ball 1. Xiao 4 for 11 with a pair of walks here in Jakarta. 3 of those hits coming against Hong Kong, with the 4th yesterday against China. 1-0 up and away. 2-0 count to Xiao. It's the shortstop Lin Shenfei in the on-deck circle for Chinese Taipei, and he also 3 for 8 in the Asian Games thus far. But this is a hitter's count for Xiao if he wants to look for the right pitch against Okano. Well, we'll never know. Ball up and away again, and 3-0 the count to Xiao. Nobody warming up in the Japanese bullpen yet. 3-0 pitch, outside ball 4. Just wonder the way those pitches flew from Okano, whether that was a semi-intentional walk. He threw only 11 pitches in the first inning, 17 pitches thus far here in the second. And the bases are full of Taiwanese runners, with Lin Shenfei, the 6th batter, up to the plate here in the bottom of the second inning. Very quick chat there with the Japanese pitching coach Masanori Sugiura. Maybe just trying to settle down Okano, only 24 years of age. Plays for the Toshiba Club in the Japanese Amateur Baseball Association League. And first strike to Lin Shenfei. Lin 0 for 1 yesterday. Only had a single at bat against China before being pinch hit for in the 6th inning. That after a 2 for 2 game, a pair of doubles against Indonesia. And takes that pitch just inside, count even 1-1. Okano set and delivers, excuse me, swing. That just trickles foul. O'Connor ready for the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not, according to Yang Jae-man, the Korean umpire at first base. That was pretty close, I'd say. Watch it from here. No, definitely held up. Excellent call from Yang. And the count even 2-2. Setting up outside the catcher Kanami. The pitch. Outside. Excellent plate discipline from Lin there to lay off that pitch. It was outside, and the merry-go-round will commence. Bases full. 3-2 count, 2 out. Bottom of the second inning. Okano ready to pitch to Lin Shenfei. Here it is. There they go. And strike 3 called. Big pitch for Ruichiro Okano. Taiwan strands the bases full. Go to the top of the third. Japan leading 2-0 in a game they need to win by 3. Lin Hua-ching moving on to his third inning of work. He faces numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the Japanese batting order, starting with Shoji Kitamura, who grounded back to Lin in the first inning. Lin ready to get things going against Kitamura. First pitch is high, ball 1. As things stand in this potential 3-way tiebreak situation, Korea, Japan, and Chinese Taipei. Wait for the 1-0 pitch. That's low for ball 2. Chinese Taipei has scored 2 runs, conceded 3. They are at -1 run differential. Japan scored 3, conceded 5. They're -2. That's why it's Japan needing 1 more run. That would adjust their difference by +1 and the Taiwanese by -1. That would be just enough to get the Japanese over the hump. As things stand, a 2-run win for Japan, not quite good enough. 2-1 pitch. Grounded to the third baseman. Chen Wei-chi cannot field it cleanly. Right through the wicket. A nutmeg, if you will, off the edge of the glove, and that is the second Korean error of this game, or Chinese Taipei error, I should say. Seen a lot of baseball here in the past 7 days, 6 days rather. Some of the games can run together, particularly the close break between these two contests here today, as that's a pop-up first pitch from Matsumoto. It'll be taken by the second baseman Xiao Po-Ting. Matsumoto, who walked in the first, now pops up to second in the third.
Number 24, Sasagawa Kohei.
Kitamura remains at first base with one down for left fielder Kohei Sasagawa. Again, I'm using the more westernized practice of putting the surname second, not the traditional Japanese method of putting the surname first. Graphics doing it my way, the PA announcer doing it the Japanese way, but both accepted in different cultures. Pickoff attempt to first, runner back. Sasagawa lined out to left to end the top of the first inning for Japan. One oh pitch. That's in there for strike one. You see the pitch count though already for Lin Hua-Ching, 56 with one out in his third inning of work. You can cope with that in a short tournament format, but in a normal game, that's not really sustainable. You'd expect the pitcher to come out after no more than 5 or 6 innings at this rate. I say it's manageable in a short tournament because you've only got 2 games left to play with this squad, and then everyone goes back home. Allows for a lot more tactical flexibility, a lot more pitching substitutions than you would see in a normal league game in a long regular season standings. This pitch hit hard to center field, backing up a few steps to the warning track. Lin Xiaoyu makes the grab. Sasagawa hit that ball about 390 feet. Problem is the center field wall is 400 feet away.
Number 7, Tamura Tsuyoshi.
So Kitamura still at first base with 2 Japanese now out in the top of the third, and it's Tsuyoshi Tamura, the first baseman, who flat out to left in the second. First pitch up in the zone, but in there for strike one. Tamura now 3 for 8 in the tournament. Again, all those hits, home runs thus far. And swinging at the slider, low and away. Good pitch from Lin. And he's ahead on the count 0-2. Pitch. Oh, where did that miss? The catcher Huang Chiu-wei was already starting toward the Taiwanese dugout. And no wonder. Let's see if Lin can shrug that call off. Huang sets up inside for the 1-2, and that is turned a little bit too soon by Tamura. Count stays 1-2. Third pitch of the game from Lin. It's hit hard to center field, but again, almost directly at the outfielder. This time it's Lin Xiaoyu. So Tamura has now flat out to left and lined out to center. Runner stranded at first after the leadoff throwing error or fielding error by Chen Wei-Chi. Go to the bottom of the third. It's still 2-0 for Japan. One short of the margin of victory they need to reach tomorrow's gold medal game. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for Japan. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Chinese Taipei. Maybe a little bit tight here with the gold medal game coming up tomorrow and a spot in that game on the line here tonight. Okano, a nice breaking ball in there for strike one to Taiju Liang, the top of the Chinese Taipei order. First 3 hitters all struck out in the first inning, and Tai quickly behind 0-2 again to Okano. Okano started this game by throwing 12 straight strikes. And the 0-2 pitch just missing outside. That pitch up the middle, right to Okano. Again, the benefits of coming square on after your follow through. Second assist in this game for Okano.
Number 10, Lee Han.
A bit flamingo-like there on the 1 foot as he saw that ball hit back his way. But good enough balance. That's the key factor there. As nice off-speed pitch to Lin Han. He swings through strike one. Ball one low and away. Lin, hugely experienced member of this Chinese Taipei squad. He's 33 years of age. He's twice played in the WBC, the World Baseball Classic. 2 World Cups for Chinese Taipei. That ball fair and bobbled, and then no throw made by Morishita. That might well go down as a hit for Lin Han. Sharply struck down the third base line. But an error signal goes up on the scoreboard. Well, that's pretty harsh. Shoji Kitamura led off the top of the third, reaching on a third baseman's fielding error, but that was a much easier play for Chen Wei-Chi in the top half of the third at third. And that was for Morishita at third in the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch, a ball to Chang Chen-Ming. Always tougher for pitchers once they see batters for the second and third times in a game. And good cut there, but just underneath that pitch location was Chang. Count even, a ball and a strike. One out for Chinese Taipei in the bottom half of the third inning. That pitch well inside. Lin Qiyu, the Taiwanese captain in the on-deck circle for Xu Shun-Yi's squad. That pitch sliced down the right field line and fair. Easily in the third goes Lin. And the Taiwanese again have something cooking here in the home half of the third. Runners at the corners with only one away for Lin Qiyu. Breaking ball didn't break fast enough. That was toward the bat handle of Chang, but he just forced it into right field, muscling it over the infield and just fair. So Lin coming up, quick conference with his third base coach. Wang Yan Kuo over at third. There he is giving the signals. Lin, who grounded a shortstop, leading off the second inning for Chinese Taipei. Okano from the stretch. The pitch swung on and missed. Lin twice a member of a Taiwanese World Cup side in 2009 and 2011. And swings wildly. That pitch low and away. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Little split finger action there, it almost looked like, from Okano. Getting that ball to dart out of the strike zone late on. That's the key to pitching success, the late movement to confuse the batters. Again, big 0-2 pitch on the way. That's high, right where Kanami, the catcher, set up. Middle infielders for Japan halfway back. Sharply hit ball, they'll try and turn two. A 1-2 pitch. That's grounded foul into the fencing in front of the Japanese dugout. One of these two teams will have a very early start tomorrow, 11 a.m. Jakarta time, GMT +7 for the bronze medal game. China will be one of the teams involved, we know that much. And then Korea awaiting one of these teams in the gold medal game at 4 p.m. local time tomorrow. Okano happy with the sign from his catcher. 1-2 pitch, low and away, ball two. Again, Okano set. 2-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike three. Second inning in a row that the Taiwanese get a runner at third base with one out and fail to get him home when a base hit not necessarily required. So it's up to Chan Su-shen, who did single off Okano to start that threat for Chinese Taipei in the bottom of the second inning. Swinging outside the zone, fishing for that pitch, low and away. Chan Su-shen now 5 for 14 in the competition. And 5 for his last 9. All of his hits coming in these last 3 games. This pitch is skied back and out of play. And Chan behind 0-2. A reminder that Korea defeated China 10-1 in the earlier game this afternoon. That's what saw them through to the gold medal round. As the 0-2 pitch, that's grounded into the hole. Tough play at short. Aoyagi to second in time. Magnificent infield defense from Sho Aoyagi, forcing Chang out at second and keeping Chinese Taipei off the board. Look how he immediately sprung to his knee, got enough mustard on that throw to get Chiang out at second base. 5 runners left on base for the Taiwanese in the past 2 innings. They still hold the box seat for that gold medal game slot tomorrow, but they still trail this game by 2-0 to the Japanese. Takahiro Tsujino for Japan to start the top half of the 4th inning against Lin Hua-ching. Lin on a very short lease here for Chinese Taipei. Attempted bunt for a base hit, but pushed foul by Tsujino, who singled in orthodox fashion in the 2nd inning and scored Japan's first run of this game. One pitch, just missing for ball 1. I've just had a crazy flash of inspiration I'm going to share with you in a moment. 1-1 pitch. That's a ball, count 2-1. If Japan is leading by 1 or 2 runs going to the bottom half of the 9th inning, Count even 2-2. Japan could conceivably allow the Taiwanese to tie the game up, force extra innings, and then try to score 4 runs in the top of the 10th, which would be enough to give them the win. As a swinging third strike for Tsujino. At the first strikeout of the night for Lin Hua-ching.
And now batting number 9.
And one away for Japan in the 4th. That's the craziness of this system. Run differential is the important thing. I think they might even need only 3 runs. That's the one bit of math I haven't done thus far here tonight. As Morishita fouls his first pitch back. He had the RBI double for Japan in the 2nd inning. Technically, the tiebreaker is not down to straight run differential. It's down to comparing the number of runs scored in the number of offensive innings available versus the number of runs conceded and the number of defensive innings available. You create a ratio. It's something called total base quality or team's quality balance, excuse me, TQB. As count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Morishita. So if Japan is winning, but by not enough, after 9 innings, their only chance is to go to extra innings. So that breaking ball misses low for 2-2 the count. My assumption, by the way, is that both managers, Akio Ishii for Japan and Chu Shun-Yi for Chinese Taipei, know exactly what the qualifying situation is. As that ball dribbled in front of home plate, the pitcher to first base in time to get Morishita out by half a step. Nice job for Lin fielding his position.
Now batting number 27.
Look at the runner, not quite in his assigned running path for most of his trip up toward first base, but no issues as Lin's throw is on the money. And that brings up Ryo Kinami, Japanese catcher who flied to left in the 2nd inning. And a looping curveball in there for strike 1. I had to read through all the tiebreakers myself before this game started. Come up with my own calculations. I've got an Excel spreadsheet at the ready. I'm going to give you all the calculations I can come up with as soon as I come up with them. Oh, 0-2 pitch. That ball missing the strike zone. Count goes to 1-2. And that pitch definitely over the plate for the 2nd strikeout of the inning and of the game for Lin Hua-ching. A 1-2-3 top of the 4th as Japan goes up and down in order, and we move on to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Japan 2, Chinese Taipei our score, but Japan needing to win by 3 to go through to tomorrow's gold medal game. how many of those fans know the exact situation for their team and the gold medal qualification requirements, or gold medal game qualification requirements at least. It could get very confusing here if we go with this scoreline late in the game, as first pitch swinging Chen Wei-Chi out to the second baseman Kitamura. Fires across to Tamura at first. One pitch, one out for the Taiwanese in the bottom of the fourth. Chen had doubled back in the second inning on a much fiercer contact than that. And Huang Chiuwei next. He grounded back to the pitcher with one out in the second and runners at second and third. That did not get the run home that Chinese Taipei was looking for. Pitch, nice breaking ball there to even the count at a ball and a strike. And that a sharp single back up the middle by Huang. That now officially the fifth Taiwanese hit of the day, as the error that had been assigned to Motoshita at third has now been converted to a single, as I thought it should be, back from the third inning. So good to see the scores backtracking, making the right call. But that's just a matter for the statisticians. Runner on first, one out, and one strike now to Xiao Po-Ting. Matters to the players as well, actually. Lin will be happy to get credit for a hit instead of reaching on an error. Feel a little bit better at 7 for 18 than 6 for 18, as he now is officially. And same actually for the third baseman Motoshita. Not an error against him. Xiao walked in the second to load the bases with 2 out. Short lead for the catcher, flying at first, and the pitch going away. Count even 1-1. Just see that Asian Games logo on our baseball being used and being held by the Japanese pitcher Yuichiro Okano. Quick throw to first, but don't think Huang is going anywhere. Not until the ball is hit, anyway. That pitch to the right side of the infield. Over to second for one, to first, and not in time to complete a double play. So it's now Xiao at first with 2 outs. That ball was not hit sharply enough for the double play to be easy. Play was fairly close at first base, but Xiao running hard, and by about half a step, he was definitely safe. So Lin Chen-Fei struck out looking on the full count pitch back in the second to strand the bases full of Taiwanese runners. He's now 3 for 9 in this Asian Games event. Runner going first pitch, throw down to second, plenty of time to get Xiao. So an aggressive base running backfiring for Xiao Po-Ting and his manager Xu Xunyi. That was on a breaking ball, no chance for Lin to protect the plate. Shao gunned down at second by a good 5 feet. 4 innings complete at the GBK baseball field in Jakarta. Still 2-0 for Japan, one short again of the margin they need to reach tomorrow's gold medal game. Sho Aoyagi, the Japanese shortstop, their number 9 hitter tonight, leading things off in the top half of the 5th inning. Aoyagi 8 for 9 now in this Asian Games event. And a nice curveball dropping in from Lin Hua Ching for strike one. Lin has now retired the last 6 batters he's faced. But Aoyagi, a very tough nut to crack for any opposition pitchers here in Jakarta thus far. Pitch fouled away, count now 1-2 on Aoyagi. I note that the Japanese television station NHK has not sent a crew down to provide commentary on this game here tonight. A full slate of games in Japan's NPB today. So that pitch just missing at the knees. One game still going on. The Hiroshima Carp leading the Yakult Swallows 6-5 in extra innings in the NPB right now. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Aoyagi goes down. Third strikeout of the game, third strikeout in the last 4 batters for Lin. Back to the top of the order, and Shikamoto for the Samurai. A lot of Japanese baseball fans will be paying more attention to their domestic league than the international tournament here, as that pitch hit to left center field, long run over, and the catch made by Taiju Lang. Shikamoto's second straight plate appearance for him, in which he's flied out to tie and left. That a much longer chase for the Taiwanese left fielder was the case at the end of the second inning for Japan. So it's up to Shoji Kitamura to extend the Japanese top of the 5th for his manager Akio Ishii. Time called as Kitamura wants to settle into the batter's box. Nice breaking ball for strike one. Lin aging like a fine wine in this game, getting better as the contest has gone along. Missing with the off-speed pitch down low for ball one to Kitamura. Gets him all the weight on his back foot, then transitions through, but that's a little dribbler out to Chen at third. The long throw to first in time. Falling down as he released the ball there. Chen Wei-Chi cutting across the diamond. And it's now 9 straight Japanese batters retired by Lin Hua-Ching. Kitamura out by a step. And Chinese Taipei potentially one step closer to that gold medal game. They're losing 2-0, but they still have the advantage in the quest for the gold medal game tomorrow. Chinese Taipei will send their hitters number 9, 1, and 2 to the plate here in the bottom half of the 5th inning against Yuichiro Okano. 62 pitches thrown. He has controlled the strike zone for the most part. Has given up 5 hits to the Taiwanese batters in this game. As Lin comes up. Don't think those were the right stats for him in this tournament. He was at the plate, remember, last inning when Xiao Po-Ting took off for second base and was gunned down by the Japanese catcher Ryo Kanami, trying to steal second. And one pitch fought off by Lin. It's Lin Tzu-Chia. That's what fooled me there. It's a pinch hitter here for Chinese Taipei. Lin Chen-Fei out. And Lin Tzu-Chia at the plate is 1 for 7, so that does explain what I was reading. Is that pitch sky to shallow left, long run in, sliding grab made by Sasagawa. Nice running grab for the Japanese left fielder. That was not hit well by Lin Tzu-Chia. Lin will almost certainly stay in the game to play at shortstop for the Taiwanese, as curveball just catching the outside corner into Taiju Lang for strike 1. 5 strikeouts for Okano in this game, 3 of them back in the home half of the 1st inning. And Tai, one of the victims, as he falls again behind in the count, 0-2. That pitch fouled into the screen right in front of the rapidly thickening Japanese supporters section. Not so much noise coming from the first base side of the stadium, but barely a seat to be found now, which was not the case when this game started. 0-2 pitch, very slow curveball, and missing the strike zone by about 3 feet. That's a solidly struck ball, but overcomes the left fielder Sasagawa to make the play, his second put out of the inning. So Taiju Liang is getting warmer for Chinese Taipei, but he's still 0 for 3 on the night. And Okano still looking comfortable for the Japanese on the hill. As Lin Han now up. Lin, a strikeout and a single in his 2 trips to the plate here tonight. First pitch, curveball stays high. That pitch drops in for strike 1. Saw it listed Lin as being 0 for 2 tonight, but that was before the error was changed to a hit on Morishita back in the 3rd inning. Lin getting on with a single instead of reaching on an error. He's behind in the count, 1-2 here. O'Connor from the stretch, the strikeout fastball blowing Lin away. Second time Lin is struck out here tonight. And 6 Ks on the day for Yuichiro Okano. 1-2-3, bottom half of the 5th inning for Chinese Taipei. This game and the place in the gold medal game tomorrow is still very much on a knife edge. Japan leading 2-0, needing to win by 3 to go through to face Korea. Time to fix the field here in Jakarta. I'm Darren Kilfair. We will take a slightly longer break here. Come back to you in a few minutes' time once the field is ready for play and Japan ready to come to the plate in the top half of the 6th inning. The field maintenance between the 5th and 6th innings here all but complete now. More excellent work by our local Browns crew here at the GBK baseball field in Jakarta. Darren Kilfera here, back with you for the top of the 6th inning for Japan. And I've just been mulling over that apocalyptic scenario. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning with Japan leading by 1 or 2 runs. What they'd have to do is try and get 2 outs and then probably intentionally walk in the tying run, leaving the bases full, because Chinese Taipei would want the game to end at that point. Give themselves 1 chance to get the 1 out they would need to take the game into extra innings tied. And then they need to score 3 runs in the top half of an inning and then get Chinese Taipei out without scoring themselves. If they get 1 or 2 runs, then they'd have to repeat the same feat. Try and get 2 outs, walk the bases full, bring the tying run home, and then take 1 shot at getting the key out done and take us on to an extra inning. Clear on that? It's all down to the team's quality balance rule, which is a ratio of runs scored per offensive innings relative to runs allowed per defensive innings. Currently, in case you care, Chinese Taipei standing at negative 0.07, Japan standing at negative 0.14, and Korea standing at positive 0.16. Those numbers will change as the night goes on. Effectively, as long as Chinese Taipei is able to win this game or lose by 3, then none of those shenanigans that I've described can possibly happen. But they could yet happen as things stand, as we get ready for Momotaro Matsumoto taking ball 1 from Lin Hua Ching, pitching his 6th inning tonight, the starter for Chinese Taipei. Matsumoto walked in the first and popped out to the second baseman in the third. 1-0 pitch, he pops this one up, but that'll soar over the roof. Japan 2 runs on only 3 hits and only 2 runners left on base. Two-1 the count now to Matsumoto. In fact, I think Japan left a runner on in the first, a runner on in the second, and a runner on in the third. That was Kitamura, who reached on the error by Chen Wei-Chi, so it's 3 left on base for the game. When that pitch outside the zone, I wonder if this long break between the 5th and the 6th innings could prove costly for Lin. Again, the Korean bullpen well and truly warm. There are arms ready to come on in relief of Lin if he gets into trouble here. Sets for the 3-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Full count pitch. Golf to center field. In comes Lin Chia-yu and camps underneath it for the first out. Third catch of the game for Lin Chia-yu, the Taiwanese captain, patrolling center field tonight, as Sasagawa now up. He has twice flied out to that very same Lin Chia-yu. Liner in the first, a deep fly in the third, and now strike 1 the count. It's actually 4 catches in center for Lin. This pitch hit high and deep to left center and back again on the warning track. Here's Lin to make the catch. Sasagawa is trying his best to hit the ball over the head of Lin Chia-yu, but he hasn't done so yet. One line out and two deep flyouts to Lin Chia-yu.
Now batting, number 7, Tamura Tsuyoshi.
Lin Hua-ching living on the edge. Chinese Taipei inching. Small increment at a time, ever closer to this gold medal berth. Outside corner, strike one to Tsuyoshi Tamura. Tamura lined out to Lin in center back in the third inning. Also flat out to Taiju Lang in left. A 1 pitch straying well inside. One pitch. Not getting the high strike call there, Lin Hua-ching. Didn't miss by much. Now the 2-1 pitch. That is skied to deep left field. That is at the wall, looking up. It's gone. Nothing Taiju Lang can do about that ball as Tsuyoshi Tamura crushes one into the Jakarta night, and Japan now in the box seat in this game, looking for that gold medal game placed tomorrow against Korea. Japan 3-0 up on Chinese Taipei. And you just wonder, did Lin Hua-ching get too long a leash here? That'll be the last batter he faces. Five and 2/3 innings pitched. Only the 4 hits and 1 walk, but now 3 earned runs allowed. And the new pitcher coming in is going
Pitcher change now by team Chinese Taipei. Number
to see the replay of the home run. It's Wang Sung-hao on in relief for Chinese Taipei. Japanese, I think they know how important that run is. First change for either team in this game, and Wang Sung-hao, who pitched to exactly 1 batter yesterday against China and got the win in relief, came on with 2 out in the 5th yesterday. And it was after that Chinese 6th inning that Chinese Taipei scored the only run of the game. Also had a very effective relief outing against Korea in the first game. 3 innings pitched, only 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout, no walks, and crucially no runs crossing the plate against him. I'm sure that his manager Shu Shun-yi would have preferred to jump out to a big lead in this game and be able to reserve Wang for tomorrow's contest against Korea in the gold medal game, but he can't afford to do that right now. Right now, Japan, the 3-0 lead that they need to possibly get that gold medal berth tomorrow. As things stand, it would be Japan against Korea for gold and Chinese Taipei against China for bronze. First pitch strike from Wang Sung-hao to Takahiro Tsujino. Just missing outside, count even. Tsujino scored the first run of this game after stealing second, making it to third base on the throwing error by the catcher Hwang Chi-away as he stole second base and then doubled home, comfortably reaching home plate from Morishita's hit. And now ahead in the count, 2-1. Tsujino now 6 for 13 in this Asian Games. He did strike out swinging in the fourth inning. Taking that pitch just low. Hwang behind the dish wanted that call, didn't get it. Still, pretty much all the noise you're hearing from the crowd here is from the Taiwanese. As the 3-1 pitch on the way. Missing high, ball 4. Second walk in the game for Japanese batters.
Number 9, Morishita Shohei.
Warming up in the Taiwanese bullpen, Hwang Chen-lung. He pitched an inning and a third yesterday against the Chinese. Things starting to turn slightly desperate for Chinese Taipei here tonight. Runner goes first pitch, or rather fakes to go. Called strike inside corner, and maybe Tsujino didn't get a good enough jump. Certainly seemed to be taking off there on that pitch, but able to stop himself just in time. As Morishita now to face the 1-1 pitch, or 0-1 pitch rather. Now the count goes 1-1. A little bit of clairvoyant commentary there. Morishita had the RBI double in the second inning for Japan. Now the runner does go. The throw to second is through the glove of Lin Tzu-chia, substitute shortstop. That throw had been on the money. Tsujino would have been gunned out, but it was not. And the second stolen base of the night for the Japanese right fielder. You see there, Lin made the tag, but without the baseball. And Hwang hanging his head in disgust. And that pitch missed the strike zone as well, so 2-1 now to Morishita. And that pitch hit deep to left field. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. Yikes, that was close. Anything just even nicking off the foul pole counts as a home run. Watch it soar through the night. And it missed by that much. Maybe a foot, maybe. Instead, count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hwang looking shaky on the hill. Now the pitch, missing outside. Deep breaths for the Taiwanese pitcher Wang Tsung-hao. Payoff pitch, well outside, ball 4. This is not the Wang Tsung-hao we've seen earlier in this tournament, and that'll be all. 2 batters faced, 2 walks for Wang Tsung-hao. Pretty sure I saw a signal to the bullpen as you see the 2 hurlers now down there, and it will be Hwang Chen-lung coming in, the right-hander. I guess the good news is that Wang might be ready to pitch tomorrow, either in the bronze medal game or the gold medal game for Chinese Taipei. Right now, it would be the former, not the latter.
Pitcher change now.
It's going to pitch like this. Maybe best to keep him in the Taiwanese bullpen. As Huang Qianlong on as the third Taiwanese pitcher of this game. 2 on, 2 out for Japan in the top half of the 6th inning. Huang pitched an inning and a third yesterday against China, gave up only 1 hit. 3 days ago, also pitched an inning against Indonesia. 2 strikeouts in the 3 batters he faced then. So he's had a good tournament. But now he has to face Japan in a critical situation in this game.
Number 27 to 9, go.
Key at bat coming up for Ryo Kinami, the Japanese catcher. 0 for 2 in this game. Flat out to left and struck out looking in his previous 2 plate appearances. And timeout signaled as there's a loose baseball back behind home plate, spotted by Park Hee-young, the Korean home plate umpire. Brought on the right-hand pitcher to face the right-hand hitter here. And the throw to second as the daylight play there. Actually, the second baseman covering. That was Shao moving over. Daylight plays when the shortstop covers, and the pitcher will only throw pickoff play to second base if he sees daylight between the fielder and the runner. Quite a big lead off second base right now for Tsujino, the speedster. Now the first pitch hit sharply, but right to the shortstop. Lin to Shao at second for the force. To end finally the top half of the 6th. But the big moment in that top half of the 6th inning, the home run by Tsuyoshi Tamura that puts Japan ahead on run difference over Chinese Taipei. 3-0 the score. Chinese Taipei must score in this game. As Yuichiro Okano back out onto the mound to start this bottom half of the sixth inning, some Japanese defensive repositioning. Curveball in, strike one to Chiang Chen-ming. Out of the game, Takahiro Tsujino, the right fielder. He's replaced by Asahi Sato, the Japanese captain, who goes to center field, and Shikamoto in center, shifting across to right. As Okano misses, falling behind 2-1 now to Chen. Been a long time because of that gap between the fifth and sixth innings since he faced a batter, Okano, but getting the pop up here, and the first baseman, Tamura, taking charge to retire Chiang.
Number 17, Lee Jae-young.
That gap did for Lin Hua-ching. He got 2 outs, but then the home run to Tamura. Chinese Taipei scratching for some offense here. Scored 31 runs in their games against Hong Kong and Indonesia, but thus far against the other big teams, 2 runs against Korea, 1 run against China, and no runs against Japan. And they must score if they want that place in the gold medal game tomorrow against the Koreans. 1-1 now the count on Lin Chia-yu, and he swings at a pitch well outside the zone. Late movement on that pitch. That curveball rainbowing outside the zone. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the sixth. And strike 3. Lin cannot resist the temptation of that breaking ball low and away. 7th strikeout on the night for Yuichiro Okano. And it's Chan Tzu-shen, the China Trust Brothers player, professionally in the Chinese Professional Baseball League. Tried to check his swing, accidentally made contact on that high pitch. Chan Tzu-shen, a thoroughly average hitter in Taiwanese professional baseball. 287 average, only a 797 OPS. 9 home runs, 45 RBIs on the season. 0-1 pitch to him, slow curve missing. 2 pitchers warming up and probably ready in the Japanese bullpen. Same situation that Lin Hua-ching was in. Top half of the innings, that ball sliced into right field for a base hit. Chen now 2 for 3 in this game with a pair of singles. And a slow walk to the mound. Could be all on the night for Okano. It's not the manager Ishii coming out, it's the pitching coach Sugiura. Will they let Okano go at least one more hitter here? Looks like the answer is no. New pitcher coming into the contest for Japan. Good effort by Okano. 5 2/3 innings pitch for him. I think it's Yudai Aranishi in. Indeed it is. Six hits allowed by Okano and a walk in 5 2/3, but 7 strikeouts. stands to be the winning pitcher in this game, regardless of whether Chan Su-shen crosses the plate. You see Alanishi's figures in this tournament. 3 1/3 innings pitched. Got a cheap win against Pakistan, pitching just the 5th inning, and actually giving up 2 hits but not allowing a run. He's given up base runners in all of his relief appearances here. He's pitched 3 times, gave up a hit and a wild pitch against the Chinese, and a hit in an inning and a third yesterday against Korea. But he has thrown 5 strikeouts in the 3 1/3 innings. And he has thrown here in Jakarta this week. And he's got Chen Wei-chi, who doubled in the 2nd inning off of Okano and then grounded to the 2nd baseman Kitamura in the 4th. Due up with Chan Su-shen at first base. Obviously, Akio Ishii, the Japanese manager, has a lot of faith in Aranishi. Only a handful of pitchers have seen 3 appearances in this tournament, let alone the 4 that Aranishi has now made. Ishii also playing the percentages righty against righty here. So Chen 4 for 10 in this Asian Games event. First pitch to him is a curveball for strike 1. Three of Chen's 4 hits, extra base hits. Outfield playing him quite deep. That pitch also through the zone for strike 2. Morishita at third base for Japan is guarding the line pretty closely, so a big gap through the left side of the infield if Chen can turn on a pitch here. Decent sized lead at first for Chan Su-shen. 0-2 pitch, high and in, look out. Chen forced to take evasive action. Sometimes called a purpose pitch. You'd expect breaking ball low and away here. Will he set up inside? Nope, looking outside. 1-2 down the middle, dribbled back to the pitcher. On to first. Tamura makes the grab, and Chinese Taipei retired in the 6th. So Alanishi does his job, and still zeros across the bottom half of the scoreboard. 3-0 for Japan. They are in pole position for the gold medal game tomorrow. Huang Qianlong staying on the mound for Chinese Taipei as we go to the 7th. Show Aoyagi up first, and very poor etiquette by our organist here in Jakarta. Playing Take Me Out to the Ball game, not after the top of the 7th, but after the bottom of the 6th. Need to get that 7th inning stretch sorted out properly. First pitch through the zone to Aoyagi, strike one. Aoyagi struck out swinging in the 5th inning, so he's now only 8 for 10 in Jakarta this week, but he's behind in the count 0-2 to Huang Qianlong. Three for 3 yesterday against Korea. 0-2 pitch here, well away. Count now 1-2. One-two pitch, strike three. Just got a piece of that ball that Aoyagi, but fouled into the mitt of Huang behind the plate. So Aoyagi may be just reverting to form a little bit. He's batting 9th, you figure for a reason. It's where he's been all tournament for Japan when he's played. Didn't see action against Thailand. Back to the top of the Japanese order, and Koji Chikamoto, who is 0 for 3. Pop out to third and a pair of flyouts to left. So he's going the opposite way thus far tonight, and strike one called to Chikamoto. Huang pitching from the stretch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Chikamoto started tonight 5 for 9 in this Asian Games, but now 5 for 12. Just one extra base hit out of those 5 hits. Ball 2 sails outside. 2-1 the count to Chikamoto, who started the game in center field but has moved across to right field, with Asahi Sato coming on in center. 2-1 pitch. Curveball held in place by Huang Chiawei, but all 3 a ruling of home plate umpire Park. One pitch, that's definitely outside the zone, up high. 1 out walk for Japan. First base runner Huang has allowed. And it's Shoji Kitamura. Righty against righty coming up. Kitamura 0 for 3, did reach base in the 3rd on the error by Chen Wei-Chi at 3rd for Chinese Taipei. As Huang steps off momentarily. Now he takes his place touching the pitcher's rubber again. See the action in the Japanese bullpen. Runner goes, pitch out, throw to second base is wild again from Huang Chiawei. He's having a nightmare. Chinese Taipei saw that stolen base coming, and they couldn't do anything about it because Huang has not been throwing well tonight down to second base. That was miles away. First stolen base of the tournament for Chikamoto, the Japanese leadoff hitter. So the runner into scoring position with 1 out. An insurance run for Japan that their manager Akio Ishii desperately craves right now. High strike call to Kitamura. Japan effectively leads this game by half a run. Sounds weird, I know, but that's the calculus to determine who advances to the gold medal game tomorrow. Japan must win by 3 clear runs to face Korea tomorrow afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Slider for strike 2. The drums and the cheers just that little bit fainter from the Chinese Taipei supporters to my left. They can feel this tournament slipping away from them. They're still trying, as are the players on the field. 1-2 pitch coming up from Hwang Qianlong to Shoji Kitamura. Instead, the pickoff play at second. Runner back. Sweat glistening on the arm and face of the Taiwanese pitcher. Wind is pretty slack right now. Feels very warm and muggy. Sure, it feels even warmer for Hwang on the mound. 1-2 pitch. Just missing inside. Kitamura adjusting his batting gloves. Always like it when a second baseman is number 4. That's his position on the score sheet, and that's his number at the plate. And it's a 2-2 count to Kitamura. The set, the pitch. Chasing strike 3 outside the zone. Kitamura falls hook, line, and sinker for that slider off the plate, and so big strikeout there. Second of the inning for Hwang Qianlong.
Number 5, Matsumoto Momotaro.
And Kitamura 0 for 4 in this game. 5th strikeout for Taiwanese pitching, and it's up to Momotaro Matsumoto, the designated hitter, if Japan can tack on their 4th run of this game. The left-handed hitter with the upright stance. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Matsumoto walked in the 1st, popped out to 2nd in the 3rd, and fly to center in the 6th. Determined look on the face of Hwang Qianlong. His 0-1 pitch. That just outside. 1-1 now to Matsumoto. Runner at second base, Chikamoto. The pitch inside. From Hwang, now 2-1 to the Japanese DH. Nice lead off second base for Chikamoto. 2-1 pitch. Grounded into the hole, left field, base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Chikamoto on the RBI single for Matsumoto. It's 4-0 for Japan. That is how you scratch and claw a run out of not too much. A walk, a stolen base, and a seeing eye single. makes the effective Japanese lead a run and a half in this game. First hit of the night for Matsumoto. And now it's up to Sasagawa to keep things going for Japan. He's done everything but get a hit tonight. And out to the mound comes Shu Shun-Ii. Another pitching change coming up as we have a pinch runner down at first base as well. That'll be Junpei Horamai coming in for Matsumoto. And looks like Huang is going to be given a chance to face at least one more hitter here. Interesting choice. Horamai has only seen plate appearances in one game in this tournament, that against Thailand. He had a stolen base in that game. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He might stay in the game as a designated hitter for Japan. But he's here in the game now primarily for his base running ability. Healthy lead at first. Throw to first is a soft toss, just to keep Horamai honest. Sasagawa has line out to center, fly to deep center, and fly to deep center again in this game. That was the attempt to pick Horamai off first, but just got that hand back into the base before the tag. Still awaiting the first pitch, another throw on to first. 3 pickoff attempts, 2 of them serious. Over to Chiang Chen-Ming, holding the runner on at first. Runner bluffed to go, and the first pitch just missing low. Japan with 2 runs in the second, 1 in the 6th, and 1 more thus far here in the top of the 7th. Runner goes. Double clutching on the throw, the tag just missing. And again, Huang allowing the stolen base. If he had gotten that ball out of his mitt quickly and threw it like that, Horamai would have been out. But instead, the runner advances the count 2-0 now. It was a good pitch for the throw, but you see the moment's hesitation. And Lin, the shortstop, coming up with fresh air on the tag. (2-0) pitch from Huang. To Sasagawa is popped into right field. Not deep and easy for Chan Su-shen to make the catch. So Japan strands Horamai down at second base, but they do get the runner across. Koichi Chikamoto makes it 5-0, I beg your pardon, 4-0 for Japan. The effective lead in the race for the gold medal berth is 1.5 for the Japanese. I'm pleased to report that the organist must have heard me because Take Me Out to the Ball Game played again at the proper spots after 6.5 innings. 7th inning stretch just about over as Aranishi staying in this game after getting Chen Wei-Chi out to end the home half of the 6th inning. Now facing the bottom third of the Taiwanese batting order as their fans all standing to my left. They are trying to rally their team and get some runs on the board, and I do mean runs plural. First pitch at the knees, strike one. Wang struggling at home plate, 1 for 2 at the plate in this game. That pitch low and away, count even 1-1. 4 Japanese stolen bases thus far against Huang Chiuwei as he grounds that pitch foul. 1-2, he's behind. Huang now 4 for 10 as a hitter in this Asian Games. Aranishi winds up. 1-2 pitch chased low. Strikeout of Huang's own making.
Now batting, number 7, Jiao Wang.
First strikeout of the game for Aranishi. 8th strikeout of the game for Chinese Taipei hitters. Now Xiao Po-Ting up, walked in the second, reached on a fielder's choice and stole second. Or rather thrown out at second in the 4th to end the frame. And the count 1-0, that's dribbled. This is going to be a tough play, race to the bag. But it's won by the pitcher, Yudai Aranishi. The flip from Kitamura, or rather Tamura at first, in plenty of time. Made that play look easy because Aranishi's so quickly off the mound.
Now batting, number 1, Li Chujie.
So 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. And it's Lin Tzu-Chia, the second shortstop of the night for Chinese Taipei. First pitch swinging to the third baseman Morishita. Long throw to first in plenty of time. And a very easy 1-2-3 inning for Yudai Aranishi. 7 innings now complete in Jakarta, Japan. They are getting close to a date with Korea tomorrow afternoon for the gold medal. They lead this game 4-0. New Taiwanese pitcher into the game, the 4th of the night for his manager Xu Shun-yi. It's Lin Yushang. He's got a new battery mate as well as Chen Jui-mu on replacing Huang Chi-wei, who has really struggled defensively tonight. Game slipping away from the Taiwanese. And Lin, who started the game against Indonesia for the Koreans, getting strike one here to Tamura. Only pitched one inning, but did strike out the side against Indonesia. Had a walk in there as well. Chinese Taipei went 7 innings against Indonesia and had 7 different pitchers pitch a single inning, starting with Lin. 1-1 now the count on Tamura, who hit that home run in the 6th inning. Not the last batter faced by Lin Hua-ching. That made it 3-0. That put Japan ahead on run differential in what currently figures to be a 3-way tie atop the Super Round standings. And Tamura fouls his pitch off to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tamura has also flied to left and lined out to Lin Chiyu in center in this game. 2-2 pitch, curveball, that's looped into center field, long run. He's not going to get there, Lin Chiyu, this time. Playing very deep, respecting the power of Tamura, and a little dink, enough to get Tamura his 2nd hit of the night. Sometimes you line the ball hard right out of the outfielder, and sometimes you squeak one off the end of the bat, and it falls in for a hit. That's baseball.
Number 6, Sato Asahi.
I think Japan's brought a pinch runner in over at first base. Need to get the number when we can, as it's now the Japanese captain, his first plate appearance. It's Asahi Sato. I think it's Yuki Jabiki, the pinch runner over at first. Pickoff throw. Jabiki is back. You can see the number 12 on his jersey. Second pinch runner employed by Akio Ishii in as many innings. Different catcher though. Chen Jui-mu behind the plate. He's the better defender. Attempted bunt here. Only one play to first, and that is made by Chen. Nicely done by Sato. 1 out. Runner over to second.
Number 9, Morishita Shohei.
Just pushed that bunt far enough away from the catcher that he had no play at second on Jabiki. So Shohei Morishita up with a runner in scoring position. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI double tonight. Curveball, that was up in the zone, but Morishita missed it for strike 1. Morishita now with a double, a triple, and a grand slam in this Asian Games for Japan. A single to complete that tournament-long cycle would probably drive in another run. Instead, it's just a weak ground ball to the right side of the infield, and Xiao Po-ting on to first. Jabiki over to third on the play, but 2 outs. And it's up to the catcher, Kanami. And if Japan can push over another run here. Kanami 0 for 3. Fly to left, struck out looking, and grounded into a fielder's choice with 2 on and 2 out in the 6th inning. Ended that Japanese run scoring opportunity. Goes for the drag bunt here, and that might just roll foul, and it will. Boy, that was close. Good judgment by Chen Wei-Chi. Saw that he had no play at first, no play at home. But also saw that the ball was just spinning foul and waited to pick it up till it was wide of the line. You do not often see a catcher try and drag a bunt for a base hit, but that's what we just saw from Kanami. This is a catcher who stole a base against Pakistan earlier in the tournament, so not necessarily your average base running backstop for Japan. Oh, 0-1 the count, and the pitch. That is sweetly stroked into left field for the base hit. Didn't get the drag butt down, but smacked a good pitch into left field for an RBI single the orthodox way. And it's now 5-0 for Japan. Say that was a good pitch. That was high enough in the zone to hit. So Japan now with a gap over Chinese Taipei. They needed to win this game by 3 runs. They lead by 5 now. Single runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, enough to give them the margin they currently have. Strike 1 the count now on Aoyagi. 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts tonight. The 1 hit, though, an RBI single back in the 2nd. Japan has only won 1 gold at the Asian Games baseball event, and that was back in 1994 on home turf. These two teams have played some excellent Asian Games contests against one another. They've played 7 times in Asian Games history. Chinese Taipei leading the series 4 games to 3. Pickoff throw to first and close, but the catcher Kanami is back. In 2010, Japan scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to take their semifinal to extra innings before Chinese Taipei scored 1 in the top of the 10th to eventually win 4-3 as that snap throw down to first. A good one by Chen Jui-mu, but the runner just getting back. That's the kind of throw that they've been missing. Taiwanese catching tonight. One ball, 2 strikes now the count on Aoyagi. 2006. Chinese Taipei scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to win 8-7 against Japan. 1-2 pitches low, ball 2. In the 2002 semifinal between these two countries in South Korea, Chinese Taipei trailed 5-0, but got 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 9th to tie, and then 1 in the top of the 10th to win 6-5. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Aoyagi down on strikes the 3rd time tonight. However, Yuki Jibiki, the pinch runner, scoring for Japan. 1 run on 2 hits. Leave the runner on at first, but they have a 5-0 lead. Effectively a 2.5 run lead in the race for the spot in the gold medal game tomorrow afternoon. Yuki Jabiki staying in the game at first base for Japan, having come on as the pinch runner for Tamura and scoring in the top half of this 8th inning. Yudai Aranishi still in the game. He's gotten 4 outs in 4 Taiwanese batters, and first pitch just inside to Tai Ju Liang at the top of the Chinese Taipei batting order. 0 for 3 tonight, a strikeout, ground out, and a line out. But Aranishi missing low, 2-0 the count. I know it's weird to keep referring to a half-run margin, but 2.5 is effectively what Japan has to play with here. As this ball sliced down the right field line, long run over, but the play just in fair territory by Koji Chikamoto for Japan. Tai Ju Liang swinging 2-0. But that's the first out for the Taiwanese. Only 5 outs left for them. And Lin Han up. He's 1 for 3 tonight, but with a pair of strikeouts in the other 2 at bats. Takes ball 1 low. Again, they've changed one of those at bats from reaching on an error to a base hit. So he is actually 1 for 3 tonight, Lin. Certainly according to the scoreboard out in center field, as this pitch hit foul down the right field line. That'll make the seats. And a good catch, I think, down there by that fan. Excellent to see a foul ball caught on the fly here in Jakarta. That makes 2 now between the softball and baseball tournaments, as swinging through strike 3, Lin Han. 3rd time he has struck out tonight, all of them swinging. And things are getting more and more feeble for the Taiwanese. 4 outs left for Japan to get. Aranishi. First pitch past Chiang Chien-Ming. That is sky down the right field line again toward the seats. Very close to that fan who made the first catch. If you watched the softball tournament last week, you'll know who caught the 1 foul ball that was caught by the crowds during those games. 0-2 pitch is outside, ball 1 to Chiang. Aranishi working quickly, the 1-2 dribbled foul. Chiang just just barely stays alive. Ishii looks in total command. 1-2 pitch. Strike three swinging. Ishii now 2 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, not a single base runner allowed. Going to the 9th inning, Japan can taste their spot in the gold medal game against Korea tomorrow. Another relief pitcher into the game for Chinese Taipei. It's Chen Bo-hao, one of their professional pitchers. Not a great record with the China Trust brothers in the CPBL. 6.62 ERA, 3 saves, a 1.95 whip. Again, that's walks and hits per innings pitched. 3 of the 4 Taiwanese pitchers who have pitched tonight have allowed earned runs in this game, and the 4th, Wang Tsung-hao, faced only 2 batters and walked them both, but lucky that neither came around to score. Chen needs to hold Japanese off here and then see his team score 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. At which point all sorts of hilarity might ensue if we get that far, but it's unlikely. First pitch, high and wide to Chikamoto at the top of the Japanese batting order. 0 for 3, but with a walk, and scored a key insurance run for Japan in the 7th. Swinging and fouling that pitch back, Chikamoto. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball low from Chen Bo-hao, ball 2. And that's a good pitch at the knees. Fastball evens the count up at 2-2. Chikamoto now 6 for 13 in the Asian Games. And the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. The Chinese Taipei fans have not given up hope in this game. Chikamoto puzzled by that called 3rd strike. And on we go to Shoji Kitamura, 0 for 4 in this game. A couple of ground outs, strikeout, and reached on an error. First pitch, fastball low and away, ball 1. pitch skips back to the backstop, a long way from home plate to the bottom of the field here in Jakarta. So Kitamura ahead in the count, 2-0 here. Trying to get his 7th hit of the Asian Games. Take strike one on the inside corner. Now 6 for 13 with 5 walks, Kitamura in the tournament. Just missing 3 and 1 the count. Junya Kino in the on-deck circle for Japan. That pitch taken at the knees. Count goes full to Kitamura. Now the payoff pitch is another strikeout, second of the game, a second in succession for Chen Bo-hao. Pure heat. Too good for Kitamura. He's had an off night. There are strikeouts now for him. And it will be Junya Kino up. Remember, Matsumoto, the original designated hitter for Japan, lifted for a pinch runner in the 7th. That was jumped by Horamai. And now Kino will take his place in the batter's box and ahead of the count, 2-0. Chen fell behind Kitamura but battled back. 2-0 pitch swinging was Kino, fouling it back. Kino 2 for 9 in the tournament. 0 for 1 with a walk yesterday against the Koreans. Started that game at first base for Japan. Swinging and missing here, count even 2-2. It's been a good change for Japan with Tamura getting that key home run in the 6th. Starting first baseman tonight for Akio Ishii. And outside the 2-2 pitch, so again full count from Chen Bo-hao to a Japanese hitter in the top half of the 9th. Chen looking to strike out the side. From the stretch, 3-2 pitch is hit just foul down the first base line. Missing the right field paint by about 2 feet, I reckon. Chen ready again for another payoff pitch, and that just barely fouled away off the end of the bat of Kino. Kino had a double against Pakistan, also 3 walks in the tournament. And again, the full count pitch. Again, he turns on this one early. This time well foul toward the Japanese bullpen right field line. '20th pitch of this 9th inning coming up for Chen. Here it is. There it goes to center. Back on the track with room is Lin Chiyu to make the catch. So a 1-2-3 top of the 9th pitch by Chen Bo-hao with a couple of strikeouts. But we go to the bottom of the 9th with Chinese Taipei needing 3 runs to stay alive in their bid for the gold medal game. Five runs, 7 hits, no errors for Japan. No runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Chinese Taipei heading into the bottom of the ninth. Middle of the Chinese Taipei batting order due up against Yudai Adanishi, gunning for a 3 1/3 inning save for Japan in relief of Yuichiro Okano. Lin Chia-yu takes strike one. Lin 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts in this game. Adanishi again working fast. This time missing low ball one. Taiwanese need base runners. Instead, the pitch fouled back 1-2. Adanishi ahead in the count again. Only one hitter has he been behind in the count. When the last pitch was made, that was Tai Ju Lang leading off the 8th when he flied out to right. 1-2 pitch. That is hit hard and into left field for a base hit. First base runner allowed by Yudai Adanishi. That pitch was a good one. It was dipping below the zone, but Lin Chia-yu went down to fetch it. And the bounce too hot for Morishita at third to handle. That brings up Chan Su Shen, who is 2 for 3 in this game. He'll wish that one of those singles came when he was up in the third with runners at the corners and 2 out. Instead, he grounded into a fielder's choice. Dribbles that first pitch foul behind 0-1. Chan singled in the second and singled in the 6th. Short lead at first for Lin Chia-yu. Pitch close to the corner, but outside. Chinese Taipei have left 6 base runners on in this game. 1-1 pitch is well low. Chen Wei-chi is on deck for Chinese Taipei. He's got a double in this game. The only extra base hit for the Taiwanese tonight. Do we have a final big twist in this tale here tonight? Runner looked back to 2-1. Swing and a miss. Not going to deter the Taiwanese fans from making a lot of noise. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Grounded up the middle, could be 2, 6, 4, 3, double play. And that could be the dagger for Chinese Taipei. Now Yagi, the shortstop, to Kitamura at second base, on to Jabiki, the new first baseman. Twin killing puts Chinese Taipei on the brink. And Chen Wei-Chi, their final hope, 1 for 3 in this game with that double. Pair of groundouts as well for him. Adanishi, the pitch, breaking ball low and away. This pitch skied to right center field. Over is Chikamoto, makes the catch, and Japan will go for gold tomorrow against the Republic of Korea. Surprising just how easy Japan made this look. And they are through to their first Asian Games final as such since 1998. They did finish second in 2006 when the format was a straight round robin. They had a sort of final against Chinese Taipei, which was for all the marbles at the end of the round robin stage. They lost that final back in 1998 in Bangkok, 13-1 to the South Koreans. But they have the tools to make this a much closer affair tomorrow against their East Asian rivals. They needed to win this game by 3 runs. They won it by 5 in the end. Chinese Taipei, their hitters just could not get on track. Japan got some balls in play luck here tonight as well. But their pitching was excellent. 5 2/3 from Yuichiro Okano, 6 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. And then Adanishi, 3 1/3 for Japan. Just the 1 hit, and he erased on the double play. 3 strikeouts, no walks. And Japan scoring 2 in the second, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. And this fly ball out to right field to end the game by Chen Wei-Chi. And Japan, big moment for them. They go through to face Korea in the gold medal game tomorrow afternoon. There you see the 2 flags side by side right in front of me in our commentary position here. 3-way tie atop the super round standings.
AS Play รวมความบันเทิงคุณภาพ เปิดความสนุกทุกที่ทุกเวลา
ส่งต่อความมั่นใจ สู้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ